Hello everyone. I hope you are doing super well today. I know that I am, and I hope that you are ready to crush this fix. I hope that you can see my shirt and that worked. I'm wearing an orange crush shirt, and that's my new little intro. I hope you think it's cool. Anyway, we are going to be looking at 5 fairly common fixes, but in increasing orders of drasticity. So this is going to be for modders and non-modders, but mostly for PC players, simply because I'm not exactly sure all the steps for Mac, but I'm sure that a lot of them, if you understand the terms that I'm using here, can be interpreted for Mac users as well. Unfortunately, console players, turn off the console and turn it back on and reinstall the game. That's what I've got for you. But let's go ahead and start with safety first. So the very first thing we're going to want to do is you're going to want to go into your files, you're going to want to go into documents, or wherever it is that you have your Sims 4 downloaded. Mine is under documents, electronic arts, and then Sims 4. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to hold Control and click on mods, saves, and tray. Then what you're going to do is you're going to let go of Control and you're going to right click on one of them, okay? Because what you're going to do is you're going to hit copy as a path, okay? Or just copy. I actually find that copy is easier, and in fact, you can hit Control C. So, copy. Then what you're going to do is you're going to go to desktop or anywhere else that you consider safe on your computer or even an external hard drive. You'll go to desktop and then you're going to just hit Control V or right click and then hit paste. So I'll do that now so you can see. So as you can see, it's copying, okay, not moving, copying all of those to separate folders on my desktop. Now I'll show you back in documents that they are still there, just so we can see they're still here. You don't want to remove them. You want to make a copy of them for now, just in case we get to step 4. Okay? Okay. So, let's go ahead and we'll do the first things first. This is the very first check that I'm going to show you, which is make sure that it isn't already running. Now, what do I mean by that? Sometimes the EA app will say that it has completely shut down or that it's not working, or, you know, you'll get some strange error like this where you cannot, you can't physically exit. Even if you try to go down to tab, it won't let you. There's just a lot of things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a way to double check, 2 ways in fact, to double check and make sure that you are not affected by EA running in the background. The very first one is that you're going to go down here to your taskbar. Mine keeps disappearing because I have it set to do so, but what you would do is, I know I need to restart my computer. It'll be updated after this video, I promise. What you're going to do is you're going to go down here and it's going to show hidden icons. You see how that pops up? Show hidden icons. You're going to click on that. And if EA was still open here, it would look exactly like the EA app does, orange and annoying, and it would be right here in your bar. All you would have to do is, and I'll show you with Steam since it's right here, you would right click, okay, on it, and at the bottom it would give you an option to exit or quit. You'll utilize that. And then for me, it'll show you, oh no, no. Ha ha ha. I forgot that shutting down Steam would fucking turn off OBS. I'm a genius. I'm literally, my genius frightens me. Anyway, let's get back to it, okay? So, once you've done all of that, and you've exited out of this, if it was still running, you'll attempt to open it again. If it doesn't work, it's okay. We're going to try and see one more way, which is through the task manager, where you would hit Control-Delete, hopefully. I don't know what this is going to do, but Control-Delete, which will bring up your task manager. You can also, in the search bar down here, just type in task manager. And you can pull it up this way as well. I'm just old school. I learned in the early 2000s how to run a computer. But here you would go ahead and it should be sorted by name, so you should be able to find it pretty easily. Again, I don't have any instances of it running right now. I probably should have had it on, except for this, which is a background service. If you're trying to close out of everything EA related, I would also do this. However, I would not do this on a regular. The reason why is because this is like your login and like the connection to the website that keeps you logged in and all of that. So, but if you're testing this fix, this is a good idea to do. You'll just have to relog in. So, once you've exited out of this and all instances of EA are shut down, what you'll do is you'll go ahead and head over to the EA app, and you're going to go ahead and try to run it as administrator, okay? This is going to make sure that it's like it is as open, like it is getting the loudest command and the most forceful command it possibly can from you, the user, to open this app. If it still doesn't work, then we're going to need to move on to next step, which is to simply restart your computer, okay? So I'm not going to show you how to restart my computer. I basically just already did, okay? I'm going to restart it later when I do updates. But you guys should know how to restart your computer, I should hope. When you do that, boot back in as normal and see if the EA app starts on its own. If it does not start on its own, then you're going to need to go in here and attempt to do the run as administrator again. The reason why for this is because once you've shut it down, you know that all instances, all background subjects, anything that could possibly be open is gone. And then if it's still not allowing you to open and it's still force shutting it down, then we're going to have to move on to the next step 2, which is slightly more drastic, but not too much. Okay, so if you are able to open up the EA app, but are not able to launch the Sims 4 game, what you're going to do next is attempt to repair the game. I've gone over how to do this before. We'll go ahead and do it now, or just show you really quickly. It's very simple. You're in the EA app, you click manage, and you click repair. What this is going to do is it's going to search and kind of troll through all of the Sims 4 code, make sure that everything lines up with the officially distributed license, and then if it isn't, it will repair those within your files, making it playable again. Now, this is where things converge. If you are able, okay, and I'm going to type this out so you guys can see it specifically. If you are unable to open up the Sims 4 game or the EA app, you're going to try and do this before anything else, okay? Now, this is a little bit tricky, but it's really not that difficult. I'm going to put it here so you can have like a visual of it, and then I'm going to also do it step by step, okay? So this is how to clear your cache, your app data cache for EA, which will then allow it to kind of refresh on a new screen. But remember, when you do this, you will most likely have to re-log in, okay? Please do not be surprised by that. You will likely have to log back in because this is your cache data is where your username, your password, your login credentials, all of that is stored. So again, this is increasing orders of drasticity. I'm not even sure if drasticity is a word, but it's, you know, drastically drastic, if you will. So this is what you're going to type into your search bar, and I'm going to do it twice. So here's the first one. %, app, data, %. I'm even having to double check. Oh, %, not hashtag. %. I'm even having to double check because I want to make sure I have it specifically correct for you. \, okay. That one that like, yeah, okay. Electronic arts, okay. \ again. EA desktop, okay. Now, when you have this, this is what you're going to take, this exact code, okay, and you're going to take it here and you're going to be in your search bar. You would put this in specifically, but I recommend, in fact, just putting in %app data, goodness gracious, I keep missing, and then EA, okay, or electronic, that is. Anyway, you would type exactly those words in, the %, EA, or app data %. I'm so sorry that I keep doing that. I do not mean to. And then you would do the \, and then you would do there it is. See, there it is. Okay, electronic arts. It popped up. I don't know why it didn't pop up a minute ago. So I hadn't remembered deleting it. So good. Sometimes these computers just really want to fuck with us. I knew it was here. This is your app data. This is your cache data for like none of this, like you can go through this as many files as you want, okay? But it's electronic arts and then this file that you want to delete. Okay? You don't want to delete all of electronic arts. You just want to delete this, the cache. Um I mean, you don't want to delete all of your electronic arts stuff. You can delete this folder from here either by doing this, you can just click on it and then hitting your delete button, or you can right click on it while it's selected and then you can hit delete here. All of those work. So, once you have cleared that data, then you're going to try to run an administrator or as administrator again. If it still doesn't work, okay, and this also goes for if EA or TS4 doesn't work for you, you are going to have to uninstall and reinstall the entire EA app. Now, you can, if Sims 4 is the only thing that isn't working for you, okay, you can attempt to uninstall and reinstall Sims 4, which I'm sure we all know how to do. I'll go ahead and open up the EA app just to make sure. It's very simple. The uninstaller from EA app allows you to do this. However, make sure that you are leaving your folders that we moved to the desktop on the desktop, okay? Don't put them back in. Let everything else be deleted, reinstall, and then move the folders back in. I'm sure you all know to do that. I just want to remind you, okay? Now, once you have uninstalled and reinstalled, if it still doesn't work, okay, it's going to be a different issue. Origin EA app users, if it still is not working for you, if you uninstall the EA app and then reinstall, and I'm going to show you the easiest way to do that really quickly, which is through here, and you type in control panel. Okay, control panel, you're going to click under programs, uninstall a program, and you'll go here. And remember, you have to be an administrator or on the administrator account to do this. But once you have, you just click uninstall, okay? It will wipe the entire thing, and I will post the link for the direct download from the EA website for you to be able to reinstall directly. Now, once you've done all of that, if for whatever reason you still cannot open up the EA app or you still cannot launch the Sims 4 game, modders, remember, try it in vanilla mode, as in with no mods pulled up. If it still doesn't work, then this update that you are currently on is not compatible with your current computer graphics drive, okay? Graphics card driver. Now, I will do an entire video here in the future about your graphics card, the drivers, how to update them, why you kind of need to check it for Sims 4, all of that. But that's, like I said, another video. If these fixes here do not work for you to either fix the EA app or to fix the Sims 4 not starting for you, at that point, 99% of the time, it has become a compatibility issue between your hardware, your computer, and The Sims 4 and how it's been updated now. Especially with the new update that's coming out for Sims autonomy and a lot of things, it is going to be a huge change, and it is probably going to be a little bit more processing power than it has been in the past. So I highly recommend that you at least, like I said, I'm going to go over all of this, but if you have the ability on your computer to like check for automatic graphics card update drivers updates, goodness gracious, I can talk, I promise. If you have the ability to do that, or if you have somebody in your life who can help you potentially do that, have them look and make sure that your graphics card doesn't need a driver update, because it might very well be. There's a lot of things out there that sometimes the graphics card is like 2, 3, 4, 5 years old, but believe it or not, they've still updated it within the last 2 to 3 years. I would just recommend checking. I do it every 3-ish months, sometimes more, especially if I get an update, but this could help performance for your computer. Just saying. So, go ahead and do all that. Like I said, I'll make a future video about that. If you appreciated these fixes, I would really appreciate a like or a comment about which step may have helped you. If there's anything else that I can do, if there was maybe a step I can explain a little bit more, just let me know. And if you want to see more future fixes or common fixes and just kind of news about The Sims 4 and sometimes some fun chaos videos about The Sims 4, if you want to hit that subscribe button, it would be really awesome. And I promise you'll see a lot more stuff from me. Other than that, you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one. AJ out.